Start recording. There we go. Okay. So this is 13 rounds. There's not gonna be a time limit, and Bunn takes forever, so it might be a long game, but we'll see how long it takes. Blair is obviously our rebels. He's playing the same thing that Kalen did at Coruscant, but I'll just pull it up here so you can see it easily. They set up the wall of rocks. A blue U-wing tac officer, uh, three bandits, and an X-wing. Neat. And then Bunn, I believe, is playing the completely unedited UK system open winning list that Jack played, which is some good old fashioned first edition upgrade card stapling here. There we go. So outmaneuver Lone Wolf Jake, trick shot Luke Skywalker, Kanan Jarrus R2D2, engine upgrade Millennium Falcon, inertial dampeners Han. And so Bunn wanted to set this game up because he was tired of people saying it was really easy to beat. So if he loses really badly, we can make fun of him. It'll be great. And let me shut up Facebook. Sorry. So they're going to need just another minute to set up. I'm assuming the gas clouds were brought by Blair here. But obviously Jake's just happy to see them as well. Just hide behind them. Do I really have to log into my own Twitch chat? Pop-up chat? Oh, destroyed. Fine, Twitch, you win. There we go. Oh, I lost all the messages. Double thanks, Twitch. Okay, so I tried to get all the info we would need. They're not really going to be using the Vassal chat because they're in a Discord channel, so I can pop in and ask questions if anything else comes up. I don't think that's really going to happen, but I left this open in case other people say stuff in the Vassal chat. So we'll see if that happens. Trying to get Mr. Tyler Tippett to come hang out with us, but he's not responding. Blowing me off. Let's slide right into the DMs. Oh, he's offline now. Alright, wrecked. Alright, and I've got some fancy new... Well, it's not very fancy, but I installed some Telestrator software so we can, like draw on the screen some to hopefully make this a little easier. We'll see. See how it works out. Might be neat. Need to give them a minute to set up. I thought they were going to be ready right when I hit the go button. They were going to be ready right when yet. Lots of people want to watch. The Vassal game is Live Free or Fat Han, so lots of people want in on that. Clever Vassal name is the secret to life success, by the way. Can you guys hear my audio okay? Too quiet? Too loud? Let me know if anything needs to be fixed. I had to reinstall OBS entirely, so it may be lost. Actually, it looks pretty quiet on my end. I'm not sure. Neat. Blair asks, I'm not sure how legible it is. If Han gets one tractor token, is agility still reduced, right? Question mark. I guess that's a question for me. I believe the answer is yes, but now I'm like questioning myself because it's... I'm tired. I believe it's if you have at least one token, you're tractored. Or sorry, you have reduced agility, and if you have 3 tokens, you get moved, but I'll double check just for them. I'll even copy paste it. Where is it for Blair? Here we go. There you go, Blair. Okay, sorry I missed some initial deployment stuff. but looks like they're about set up. Bob correctly notes that if the game goes to time and nothing happens, then Blair wins, which would be an impressive feat. Also, I'd be really, really bored. Looks like Tyler didn't see my message. Very sad. I know he has very strong feelings about Fat Han, so I'm curious. Be curious what he has to say. So let me be right back in 1 second as we get going here, and we'll be good. Okay, so I guess I should go ahead and explain Fat Han while they set up their dials. So all the rebel stuff here, nothing new, right? Basic rebels. 2-point Leia means everyone has it. Everyone's got white K turns. These are all naked. Tractor beam on the B wing. Naked X wing. Nothing exciting. Jake is here to not die, but Han is here to be really obnoxious. So let's say Han here dialed in a 4 straight, and this is all going to be pretty approximate because, well, I don't know if you've ever tried to draw with a mouse, but it's not a pretty affair. All right, so let's say that's Han's 4 straight that he has dialed in. So he can land here, or you can boost, right? So he'd be something like, I don't know, like this. That's, whoa. Let's try that again. So be, nope, still bad. All right, we'll get better at this as the day goes on, I promise. So it's something like this, right? Or like this. Ooh, I'm pretty sure he's getting bigger as he's moving here, which is very impressive. But, you know, so those are his ending positions there, right? Except he has Kanan inertial dampeners, so he could also just stop and stay where he is. He could also boost right. I wish I could just copy paste this, but you know, he can boost right and land something like that. He can go straight and land something like, whoa, not, even worse than my other ones. Go straight, land something like there, or boost this way and land something like that. So the problem for Blair is, if he wants to trade shots with Han, he needs to do it with more than one ship to do any actual damage, because Han Solo has old school R2-D2 crew here. And if you hit him for one every turn, you're not actually doing damage, and it's hard to hit him for more than one with one shot. He has to line up 2 shots, but as you can see, Han is deciding what's on his dial when he activates, so it's really hard to block him or really lock down any kind of good angle or shot. So the debate as to whether it's better to go hunt down Jake and score the like 8 points or whatever he's worth, and then just let Han go screw around in the corner and just wait for the game to end, versus go try to half point Han and then deal with Jake is still kind of up in the air. Honestly, I've played with this Han like once or twice, and the rest of it's just watching games. So my takes here are probably only slightly better than the Reddit/forum hot take. So we'll all figure it out together. It'll be great. Also, don't judge my telestrator drawing, please. Please, it'll hurt me. Cut me deep. Seriously, I had no idea drawing on a monitor was so difficult. It's awful. This is after practice, even. So as expected here. Oh, Bunn's the one set his dials first here. Blair's the slow one. Surprising. So yeah, Han does have 2 force charges, which makes it really hard. I guess it's also worth noting Han also has Luke Gunner involved here, so his firing arc's mostly irrelevant. Basically, if Bunn happens to want to shoot whatever's on the correct side of his firing arc, he'll have an extra force point. If not, whatever. 2 force points is also really nice with the Falcon titles. You can evade, like let's say you're getting shot at range 3, you can roll, double blank, re-roll it with Han, land on blank focus, and then spend a force and an evade to take 1 damage from a 3-hit attack, and then shockingly, the 1 damage comes back from R2-D2. That's why he's so frustrating to hit. Twitch chat says, yes, you only regen 1 force per turn since they're in the same pool. Yeah, so all force upgrades on the ship add to the ship's pool, so there aren't separate like. So if you bring Vader crew, your force isn't on Vader; it's actually on your pilot card for your ship. And a ship either recurs force charges or it doesn't, like upgrades. I don't think there are any upgrades that give a force that don't recur it, but just because you have two upgrades that have a force recharging symbol on them doesn't mean you recharge two force. You actually just recharge one per turn. I'm gonna. There we go. We'll get rid of that so no one judges me. I am curious to see how many shots Jake takes this game, but as people are noticing, the reduced in points Jake is actually pretty good. He's what 30? I should know this off the top of my head. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that froze the screen while I did it. Whoa, my bad. Okay, so moves have happened. We are on round 2 now. So, my, my bad. That Jake's 47, but he's 47 after Lone Wolf and Outmaneuver, so he's 36 base. Alright, sorry about that. Glad I hit escape on it. Let me open this back up and see if I can do it in a way that doesn't freeze the screen. No. Okay, well, we'll just draw fast. Okay, so Bunn's actual maneuver there was the... Yep, 4 straight, so no surprises there. So I am going to do, while they are setting dials, I'm going to do this really quickly. Just to get an idea. So Bunn's probably going to dial in some left bank here. Knowing that if Blair, so, you know, he'll dial in like a 3... Ooh. All right, we'll just try this. I'll dial in like a 3 bank and land something like, I don't know, that. This is all very approximate. The specifics aren't super important. Knowing that, so let's say Blair commits his ships here and like goes through the gas cloud, right? So we'd have a bunch of shots there. Except Han doesn't actually have to go there. So let's say all these ships end up, you know, in a box, you know, facing this way. So Han can be here, but in that case, he wouldn't actually take this maneuver. Well, you know, he would just inertial dampeners here and be out of range, which is great. Or let's say all these ships go straight up here, then and you know end up looking like this. Nice thing is Han will 3 bank, and then boost around, and now suddenly he's behind him. So this is a decent no-win situation the Bunn's setting up here. So if you use both Luke and Cannon 1 turn, is the force regen for a specific upgrade? No, the ship that they're equipped to regenerates 1 force per turn, and you can use it for either one. And you can see Bunn here, he's just hiding Jake. Jake in this list isn't actually here to score any points. You are required by the tournament rules to bring 2 ships, and Jake is pretty hard to catch when he wants to leave. And without maneuver and Lone Wolf, he can actually do okay damage. I'm a little surprised that we aren't seeing some upgrades shuffled around to give him like proton rockets or something, but the main idea being that even if Jake dies, you're only down 47 points, and it's really hard to half points Han, so all you have to do is kill 47 points, even if you lose Jake, which is difficult. Looks like they're wrapping up dials here, so we'll know what Blair decides on in a second. And I guess in the example I gave, I guess the natural response is, well, why not both? Why not have... I don't want to telestrate again while they're moving because it'll break things, but why not have an X-Wing land, you know, here, facing southeast, another one, you know, have this Z2 turn facing down that way, and then split these guys up here. And the answer is taking 1 shot on a ship that regenerates is not a good strategy. And the faster you split your ships up, the easier it is for Han to pick them off individually. I am curious to see how far towards the corner Bunn is willing to go with Han, because one of the few things that can catch Han is random 4Ks. Same thing with supernatural reflexes. The move you're generally the most scared of is like the random 4K that makes no sense because you're not going to bother playing around it and it's a bad move, but you could end up landing in front of someone's arc. But because of Leia, those random 4Ks don't cost you much. So it looks like he's just going to get set up on the edge of the board there. So keep going fast. U-Wing splits up some. Yep, so we can see Blair taking the split up strategy. So presumably, well, we'll let them move again before we start talking about where to go from here. And I'm curious what Bunn's dialed in here. Is it just the 3 bank left? Because he could have 2 bank righted or something. I just don't think he wants to get stuck on that side of the board so quickly. have to see what Jake does here. I suspect it's just like a barrel roll, grab a focus, boost off the focus, and land over here somewhere and just get out of the way of things. Definitely doesn't want to be jousting all of Blair's list. Well, we'll give Jake some time to think about it. Yes, in the meantime, how many people are here? Twitch chat. Can we have a conversation? Heart to heart. 31. All right, we can have a heart to heart Twitch chat. So Twitch chat, I can't do polls, but I want to know if you have played against this Han or played with it. Either way, I don't want your hot take. No forum hot takes allowed. I just want to know if you've played in a game, at least one with Kanan Inertial Dampener's Han. Did you have fun if you were playing against it, or did your opponent have fun if you were playing it? And not did they have fun because they were playing X-Wing, but I mean, you could tell when your opponent's not enjoying the game, right? Oh, Jake passes the action to Han. Cute. There's the one bank from Han. And we'll have to see if he chooses to go for a lock or something here. I'm terrible at Vassal. Or just boosts away, or what the deal is going to be. Looks like, oh, he's in range of like everything. Wow, I'm bad. So chat, tell Bunn, play with his Han, dial face up or no balls. Fair. Winning is fun. All right, I can take that. Jesus. But yeah, and like I don't think if someone, if you come back and saying, "Oh, I was playing and I was having fun, and so was my opponent," that's fine. I don't think you're like wrong. Everybody doesn't want to play the same. Oh, so there's Han taking his must be range 3 obstructed. Gonna Han all 4. Now he has the target lock. Hey, 4 hits from Han. Shocking. But yeah, like I don't know. Not everyone wants to play the same game. Like if you enjoy the big fat turrets, that's fine, right? Like I'm not gonna judge you for it. I'm just curious. It's not the game that I necessarily want to play, but like my opinion isn't worth more than anybody else's. Oh. Bunn gets wrecked by Han. Rerolls blank focus into blank blank. That's a very good start for Blair. And this Z is gonna do his best, but sure. Could be obstructed, could be not. Crate's going to Denver. I can't make it. I know a couple people are going, but I don't remember off the top. I'm sorry, I've been really busy. The whole reason we haven't put out episodes in a long time is because I haven't been home or free to do things. I've barely played X-Wing in the past month. So, yeah. I promise we're all still alive, though. Actually going to try to put something out tomorrow just to let people know, hey, we're not dead. Even if you wanted us to be. Alright, that's be it for shots this turn. So here's where things start getting frustrating as the rebel player. So Blair's done a good job. It's shocking because he's Blair, of keeping everything relatively well together. So I'm going to tell a straight fast here so we don't lose things. But if these guys take 3 banks, they'll be like here-ish, whatever. Facing this way. Jake could 1 turn in, but the Bunn I know did not bring Jake to take damage. And if he 1 turns, there's a chance that these guys could 3 bank, and then now Jake would have to like roll out and left boost and then take some range 3 shots, which probably doesn't really want. Rather just have guaranteed get behind things, Jake. We'll have to see what happens there. This Z's life kind of sucks, but and so does this X-Wing. So we'll have to figure out. We'll have to see if these guys end up like here, or even like the Z could then just go this way and hide behind the rock, which won't really help much because of trick shot. And I suspect we just see a generic fast move dialed in with Bunn, like the 2 bank, or whatever bank fits here, or whatever bank fits here, and then he'll decide if he actually wants to take it after he moves. The interesting thing will be really this decision with Han, which way to go here, because he's not going to dampeners this turn unless Blair does something weird like all in on Jake over here, which would be not a good move. So I don't think he'll do it. So Han's not going to start dampenering while there's this many ships on the board. It's just the threat of it means that these ships can't go all in on, like, he can't take this X-wing and let's just clear everything really quick. You can't take this X-wing and like three bank because Han's just not going to be there. Then that Z's just going to die this turn if he does that. So that's really all that inertial dampeners is doing this turn. It's not nothing too much. All right, ho, fast dials. In my experience, Bunn playing against Bunn is rarely fun. He usually kills you, or you rarely beat him, and he wears the Bunn sad face, and you feel like it. Accurate. Why not bring debris with Han? With Kanan and Han's rerolls, isn't it just free real estate? Kind of. I know Bunn likes to bring rocks with most lists because they control, especially where these generic ships can be much more so than debris, because we can say the same thing about debris for rebel ships when you can just coordinate out to them. Like, oh, here, Z that might have to go over debris, like, have a focus token. Oh, here's a white K turn next turn anyways, right? Like, they aren't very punishing to either player, and it's much easier to be annoying to chase with these ships with double repositions than it is these rebel ships. I wish I had gotten to see who placed the gas clouds. I assume Blair did, and Bunn got the rocks closer to the middle. Like, I assume Blair put that rock on the outside edge, Bunn put the other two in the middle, and then put one of these gas clouds in the opposite corner, but I'm not actually sure. So what are we waiting on here? Let's see. There's 6 rebel dials. Oh, we aren't. Okay. Yep, so Blair takes the just pretty generic safe move just to try to punish Jake from turning in here with the 2 Zs. Have to see what happens here. So U-Wing rolls up. Looks like it's going to coordinate. Everyone in the entire list is range 2, so that was very well spaced. Assume he's passing out a target lock or barrel roll. Alright, so here you can see Blair basically he's all in on Han not doing a fast right bank. Because if he does, Han's just going to 3 bank if it's not on a rock. Again, I haven't played a game of VASSAL in like a month. I haven't played a game of X-Wing in like a month, so my apologies if some of the stuff I'm saying is just stupid. Alright, so Jake, yep, absolutely no balls at any time. Did not bring Jake to take shots with him. He's just there to punish things for getting too far out of position. So I assume we'll see him continue to just screw around in the corner. He might like take a barrel roll here to pass a focus to Han and then just boost away. While he's figuring that out, so I think probably we already talked about it. What Blair is scared of the most is that, like, if that 3 bank clears this rock, Jesus Christ. If that 3 bank clears this rock and lands somewhere around here, and then Han probably wouldn't even have to boost, actually. It'd just be a disaster because the Z would just get initiative killed and just wrecked. And honestly, the 1 bank from Han here would be equally... Hope? Well, funnily enough, not the end of the world. Oh, okay. He was saying... He wasn't... I guess he was saying... I was not sure if that move was going to clear or not. Because he actually dialed in the 3 bank the other way. It looked like the 1 bank would have been fine, and then he could have boosted, but also could have been blocked, at which point he could potentially just lose the game. So the nice thing for Han here is he has Loop Gunner, so he could like right boost or even left boost and still have a shot if it's in range. He doesn't ever have to worry about which way his arcs are pointed. He could also, like, the problem is he really wants to kill this Z, but he doesn't want to. He's just taking 1 shot here, so like worst case, if he evades here, Han rotates back to the back, has a good shot at killing this thing. But not guaranteed. So I suspect he's just gonna boost here and get away from everything. But we'll see. This is where Han starts getting frustrating to hurt because it's really unlikely that Han takes more than a single hull damage this turn and he's gonna get his shield back. And then now that all the ships are split up, it's really hard to get concentrated fire. And the reason some of these repositions take so long with Han is he's not worried about. I mean, he is worried about this turn, but all. So you see people say, "Oh, it's really easy to play around Han because, you just set up." And I'm straw manning here a little bit, but you just set up like you just get all your ships pointed where you can punish where he'll be if he moves or he doesn't. But Han gets two opportunities to react to that, so you can see, like, so here, Bunn is trying to figure out how he can be punished next turn and figure out where he wants to be to start his maneuver next turn. So Han gets to react to where all the ships started by boosting or not and revealing his dial. Then all the ships move, and then he gets to decide again whether or not he wants to move, and if he's going to move, what all. If he wants to boost or not, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so looks like it's just the... Was that out of range? Firing options for target lock/turrets from Han was empty, but that looks very much in range. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking for a second. Taking the obstructed shot on the X-Wing. Has range 1 of the rock, just barely. Oh, are they trying to figure out if he does? Yeah. He does. Cool. Oh no, I ruined the fit visible. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so he gets... Yeah, spends a force. 3. So X-Wing's gonna take 2. I'm surprised that's obstructed. I try to draw a straight line, but there's no way it would ever work. So it looks like the X-Wing shot back is not obstructed at range 3. It's got a focus and a lock. But again, even if he does a damage here, a hull damage, yeah, it's very unlikely that anything but Han ending up at 1 shield happens this turn. Even if, Bunn had blanked there, he would have taken a hull, regen to shield. The crit might have been bad, of course, but yeah. He could have fallen to 0 shields, where he actually couldn't dampen her, which would be a pretty big deal, but he's going to dial in a turn or a bank this turn, and it's not a huge deal. Han is facing a corner now. Yes, he is, chat, but, there isn't really much punish for Han being in the corner. So, the fastest these Zs can get around is like a 3 turn to like here, so that's whatever. This B-Wing could advance coordinate, roll, and be like here, and then 2 turn and be like here. Well, like here, whatever. But, this X-Wing can't really do much to punish Han being in the corner. The Z doesn't even, the Z might end up with Han alone in the corner, which it really doesn't want to see. So all in all, I don't think Bunn is too worried about being caught in the corner. You can say in the chat here he gave up a lot of position for boost. Maybe it was better to stay there, but I don't think it's anything you should be too concerned about yet. And this is also when we might see Jake dial in a faster bank maneuver to start trying to get behind things up here. It's just scary to ever go get near a bunch of ships with Jake, especially with Leia involved, because if they ever just do the white K turn, you can get caught out of position real fast and just die. Do I think Blair should gang up on Jake now? Personally, I don't, because it's going to take a couple turns for him to... So let's say he all-ins on Jake, right? So he gets ships like here, he gets his B-Wing like here, his X-Wing, I don't know, 4 straight or something, right? Like here. And then the Z gets in like that, right? So he's got ships like this if he all-ins on Jake. And the U-Wing's I don't know, whatever, like here. Who cares? So let's say Jake does a 2-bank that he's probably going to do, right? So he's like this. So all he's going to do is, roll and be like here or whatever, and then boost this way. Boost this way, right? And then he's hiding behind a gas cloud. All these ships are way out of position. In the meantime, Han is up here and is going to boost to like this. Poor X-Wing is going to get wrecked, and now everything's facing the wrong way with Han coming behind them. So I don't think now is the time to try to get behind Han. I don't think now's the time to go for Jake. I think it's just keep all your rebel ships relatively close together. It's not like Han hasn't been half points or anything, but again, if the game does go to time, Blair wins. Oh, no he doesn't. Points have been scored. I'm an idiot. Alright, so you can see, yeah, it looks like Blair wants to keep up the pressure on Han here. Yeah, no crazy fast rolls with the... Yep, there's the coordinate. B-Wings do have the coordinate linked focus, but I don't think there's any reason to do it. Yeah, so you can see, it looks like everybody wants to go catch Han now. So now would be Jake's time to strike. We'll see if Bunn called it with something, with like a 1, 2, or 3 turn on Jake. Has Bunn played much of this Han? A few games. I don't know the exact count. This game has a beer writing on it, I think. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. So I actually don't know what Blair's opinion of this whole Han thing is. He said, what was it? If I win this game, will your opinion of it actually change? Which is a very fair comment to Bunn. Well, to both of us. We were talking about setting up. So I actually don't know where the power level of this Han is. Like, we've seen it go 2 for 2 in making system open final tables. A bit like the biggest system open final tables at that. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's better than everything else. Like, that's a pretty low sample size. But it does raise my eyebrows. My opinion of it outside of that is it's super not fun, and I don't think things like this should be part of the game. So here, Bunn has an interesting decision to make because he could just dampeners here, right? He'd have a decent shot at doing a bunch of damage to that X-Wing if he does too. I'm not sure it's a good idea. So you can see, yeah, he takes the pretty non-committal 3-bank with Jake here. And here's where he could start just, I'll barrel roll and then boost and start getting behind things. I'm curious. Yeah, if he dampeners here, he's going to have a real rough next turn. Unless he killed the X-Wing, which would be pretty unlikely. It doesn't have a focus, but it would still take, 4 hits to nothing on the X-Wing. So yeah, it looks like he's going to take the roll. If Jake might actually get a shot on that X-Wing and reduce its agility, so there's a decent chance he'll kill it. And then he initiative killed the Z next turn as well, so we'll see. But yeah, Jake there might have a outmaneuver range 3 shot, so it'd be 2v2, except he has Lone Wolf and a focus versus no mod, so it's not too bad. I'll see what Han's up to. Jake's life is a little scary next turn, but I don't know how scary. Looks like Bunn is deciding whether or not to dampeners. Sorry, to go to the other comment. Yep, there's the hard 2. Is he actually going to do it? Because he could hard 2 and right boost. Stop. Yeah, he's just going to dampeners. Probably just grab a lock while he's at it. What's interesting is it means he can't dampeners again next turn now. Is presumably deciding on the boost versus the target lock at this point because there's no reason to focus. Jake will actually probably pass him a focus next turn, so he can focus evade, which would be nice for the probably 2 shots coming into him. Tippett says he's at dinner. Let's call him a casual. Alright, so, okay, that's a pretty good way to kill an X-Wing. So it takes 2 crits. Let's see what's in the box. Jake has a decent shot of killing this thing now, especially if there's a direct hit in there. So we've got hull breach and loose stabilizer. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Jake can close the deal out here. Probably not, but it's definitely a possibility. That will help. So all the cards are face up at this point, so if even one gets through, it's a good chance to be a direct. It's a crit anyways, but let's see what's in the box. Can the X-Wing take 3 crits and live? He can. He really can't go not straight now. So, unfortunate for Bunn, but it's very unlikely that X-Wing survives long enough to shoot, because he can kill the Z with Han and the X-Wing with Jake next turn and not be too concerned about it. But it does mean the B is just going to lay into Han for a turn, which sucks for sure. If he R2D2s a shield back, he could stop again, right? No, you have to. You have to have a. You're sorry. You have to be damaged to R2D2, if I remember correctly, at least. I'm saying that without double checking. I remember that being how R2D2 works, though. He could close S foils and use it as a blocker, kind of. He has a loose stabilizer, so he can only block. He could like 3 straight boost or 2 straight boost, but I mean he'll die if he does anything other than a straight move. So I don't. There's not very many good blocking opportunities there. R2D2, if you are damaged and not shielded. Yep, no regen. Bunn, always the negative Nancy. Can't R2D2, probably game over. I don't think it's that bad, but it's not a great position for Han to be in. So we'll have to see what. Again, these Z's are out of range. The Ewing isn't going to be anywhere near anything for like generations. But Jake might take some shots here if these Z's try to get cheeky. We'll see if Blair remembers his own loose stabilizer. He didn't put a crit token down, so I'm happy to yell at him when that his ship is dead. It'll be quite entertaining. I don't really have much to draw for you in the way of maneuvers. I don't think any moves by either player this turn could be particularly surprising. I guess I'll draw him really quickly because Bunn will take a second. Whoa! We'll have this guy come in here. This is what Bunn's scared of because Jake is presumably just gonna like 2 straight. We'll have some moves down here. It's the 2 banks are blue on the Z's, right? So, these ships will be looking something like that, and Han has very little option but to like 2 or 3 turn, something like that. It's kind of one of those turns where, everybody knows what's going to happen and is kind of just coming to terms with it. I don't think Bunn has any particularly like fancy clever moves he could try to do with Han. He could try like the 1 bank or something, but it leaves him in the corner for another turn, which he doesn't want to give those Z's time to catch up. So we'll have to see what happens. I do want to see, so all of Blair's ships are named. So BSP, I believe, has a target lock. That's what I wanted to check. All right, so that innocent little Z is just blocking the 3-turn boost. Looks like. Actually, I'm not even sure he's blocking the 3-turn boost. He might be blocking the 2-turn boost though. That U's gonna go hang out with the rock. No consequences. Oh, looks like these guys are gonna stay back another turn. Interesting. So just all in on Han down here, which is probably a good idea. I mean, he's gonna have a good opportunity to really catch him. Jake's gonna start going to town on these ships though. And if Bunn did the 3-turn here, we'll go yell at Blair. I can't comment if I'm not playing. All right, well, there's one of Blair's ships dead. Didn't deal him 2 crits. The sacred game state's forever ruined. Get some F in the chat. Correct. Go to town as much as the 2-die ship can. Man, outmaneuver and Lone Wolf, it does decent damage. Oh, Jake actually just straight coming in. Fancy. Interested to see if he could roll left right boost to try to have better position next turn. But it might leave him an arc of this bandit, and I don't think he'll want that. So honestly, just the focus here seems hard to argue with. He could even do something like a right boost and such, but I don't think it's worth it. He has a decent shot of stripping the Z's focus and blah blah blah. We'll see. Oh, straight boost it is. Grabs a focus off it. Yep, Han does the 2-turn. We'll probably just see him grab a lock on that. Oh, he could straight boost as well. To get a nice range 1 shot on the Z. It's hard to say what's better, the boost or the lock. I don't think he'd be at range 1 of a rock though, so the lock's probably just more damage. Yeah, he can just evade, but he's definitely going to take less damage this turn if he kills the Z versus not. So I'm surprised that Jake went the other way. We'll see. So it's a risk tolerance thing. But Bunn's risk tolerance is very low, but he also thinks he's very far behind this game, so he might be willing to take bigger risks. If he does get the boost and kills the Z, he's got a pretty good position. In terms of his options next round for dampeners and such, because the B's stressed and the 2K and everything sucks, so Han's be able to get pretty far away. Looks like he's just going to grab the lock, and then Luke Gunner it up. Jesus Christ. Oh no. The unironic Luke Gunner. There it is. Has the range 2 shot. So it's pretty likely that the Z dies here. Actually, let's see how likely. Well, that makes it much more likely. Nope, not likely enough. So it's coin flip, 52% for that Z to die there. Oh, wait. He did die? No, I was going to say, like, what in tarnation? Yeah, so that Z should be at 1 health, which is bad news for Han. Who's now going to eat 5 dice, one of which is focus, one's focus lock. Or, no, there is no focus for the Z because it has to focus to stay alive. Is this the new stat smash stage? I would be super in for that. Hey, so this Z's. Yep, can take 2 shields. So B, range 2 shot into Han. He's got no mods. 3 hits. There's a shocker. Easy evade. So we'll probably see Han fall to, I mean, I don't expect this shot to do anything, but there's always the chance that it does. The 2v3 single modded shots are generally not the most damaging ones in the game. Oh, if the roll sounds are loud, that's easy to fix. There you go, that should help. Takes 1. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, it takes 1. And then this Z's gonna take the range 2 shot. Wow. Well, that sucks for Mr. Han Solo. Hot dice. I don't know. It's very hard to have like what's it called? It's the word I'm looking for. Very hard to have strong opinions on the dice so far because I mean Bunn's also had his share of hot dice. Like he evaded a lot of damage early. Granted, that damage would have been regen, but I mean, yes, he did just roll 7 straight hits on modded, but one of them was focus lock, right? Like it's not as simple as what he rolled. Like the expected wasn't far off of that. So I think we got upgraded to like the lower latency Twitch, which is cool. Let me know when you guys hear this. I'm curious how long the Twitch chat lag is now. It used to be like 30 seconds. It seems to be just a couple seconds now. All right, it's either still really long or no one's cooperating. Wrecked. So Hans he took 5. Yep, so 3 hull and a shield. Um, you can see, I mean, Jake's still at full, and the interesting thing is Jake is not irrelevant in this matchup. We'll have to see what actually happens, but so Han's dampeners are fully operational again. So it's pretty likely that, for instance, unless this Z runs into Han, so he's still setting dial. So unless this guy runs into Han, Han might just dampeners and just kill him. And it's the same story for this guy. Jake is presumably just going to take like a 1 turn to finish the job there. So initiative killing is actually going to make this much harder for Blair than it looks. All right. 10 to 15-second delay. Cool. Yeah, everybody else thinks somebody else is going to do it. Thanks for nothing, Twitch chat. You're dead to me. The interesting thing is, so, I mean, Blair could just go for the block isn't accurate because he basically Blair wants to make it so that Han chooses to run into this guy. So that Jake would have to shoot that guy and Han would have to shoot this guy, the worst shots. So like a good way to do that is to do something like take this B wing and one straight them into the Z, which sucks, right? Because you're losing your mod. But the U wing can come coordinate things. The U wing will probably be out of range to take shots unless it does something like a 4 straight. One bank with the Z would force him to not to inert so the Z at 1 hull is not a real threat to Han's inertial dampeners or not. He doesn't care if he lands in the arc of that Z because he's just going to kill it. So the only arcs that we care about are the arcs from ships that actually have health. Because unless something crazy happens here, both of those ships are going to die. Well, it's not a gun. Like a ship that is initiative kills doesn't shoot, and Han's a 360 turret who doesn't care about his arc. Like it's entirely irrelevant where the 1 hull ship lands. Like the only way to keep it alive is to have it block Han. The only exception to that would be like if all the other ships had such good shots that Han had to arc dodge out of range of those and landed in range of the bandit or whatever, and didn't kill it, which is all incredibly unlikely. So I would give you Han's options here, but they're pretty straightforward. He can 3 bank. Whoa, that's not what a bank looks like. He can like 3 bank and land like there somewhere, or he could 3 turn and land like this, I think. I'm not exactly sure. The 2 turn I think is similar with land like. So if a 1 turn is like this, 2 turns like that. Yeah. So he doesn't have the 1 turn. Oh my god, that box is terrible. Yeah, that's what he's looking at, basically. He could also try to do like a 2 straight or something. The 3 might even still be on the board, but it's a little ballsy. Alright, well, while we're waiting for these ships to actually move, I'll pull up Lady Luck for you guys. This pro tip, it's not ladyluck.com. That's like an escort place or something. What was it? Some resort? Yeah, El Dorado Resorts. Not what you're looking for. It's sozin.pythonanywhere.com. Let's see. Who's our red player here? So Bunn's attack dice are about average. Yep, here's the trap for Han. Oh, Z just gonna go straight over the rocks. Interesting. He's just gonna let Jake have free reign, which is probably again the right call. I mean, if Blair has his whole list alive versus Jake at the end, it's kind of a foregone conclusion for what's going to happen. So yeah, here you go. You can see. So Blair's telling Bunn, look, if you're going to dampen hers, my B-Wing's going to shoot you. And it looks, like he just doesn't have good options for the 3 turn there. Looks blocked. The 2 turn looks blocked. Oh, except he boosts out of the way. So if Bunn did the 3 bank, he could do something like just do it and take the evade. He'd be taking 2 shots. Oh, Jake with the 5K. Interesting. Okay. I did not see that coming at all. Neat. It worked. All right. So now Bunn has hard life choices to make. So he has the rock to help him mod. He's effectively just juked the ships. Um, so now there's no reason to shoot that Z. He can just come back to it later. The U-Wing's going to light him up, but he's likely just going to take, again, a couple damage this turn, especially if he evades. Yep. He has a decent chance of he'll kill at least one of these Z's. It's very unlikely that he kills both, but I mean technically possible. All right, and let's see. Blair's dice are almost exactly average. On defense, his red dice are he's rolled 2 more hits than expected. So incredibly hot fire, way out of line dice. No, all pretty normal. Yeah, he's expected 7.125 hits after his rerolls, and he has 11, and expected 2.3 crits and has 2. Nothing too exciting there. Takes the range 1 shot there. Probably just gonna Han all that. Oh. Hell, I mean, he's gonna have to spend the force because if that Z shoots, he'll be real sad. Yep, 2 hits. There's the 2 evades. All right. So now that's very unfortunate if your name is Andrew Bunn. Oh, looks like he's not gonna have Lone Wolf, so he just has the outmaneuver shot here. Han is fine. Obviously, this is evidence. Correct. Absolutely. I don't know what we're deciding on here. Is Jake figuring out if he wants the range 1 shot or the range 2 shot? Looks like he wants the range 1 shot. Gets just 1 hit. 1 evade. So now Blair's defensive luck is a little above average, but it's not. I mean, he's rolled 2 or 3 more evades than expected. Um, Now we can watch Han ignore shots in returns. Takes a shield from the scary shot. And he's got the unmodded. Ooh! Don't want dice mods, don't need them. So he's got 2 rerolls to find an evade on this. There it is. So takes 2. And that's game, right? Oh, no. He had. Okay. Yeah, just spends it because it's the last shot. Wait. Oh, that did kill Bunn. Okay, he concedes. All right, let's go. Hop into their Discord channel in a second. Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, should we hop over to the other thing?
No, this is
Or
fine.
just
This is fine.
I think if a Z died there, I won. Because I get away and I have
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's
have
definitely a pretty pivotal
regen.
moment. Um,
I mean
like,
there a couple of things went wrong. But like obviously the first big mistake was the boosting to put me away from that rock there. Like I thought it was worth taking one less shot, but it probably didn't matter too much.
I don't know. Well played, Blair.
Not really.
No, it worked, so you were right. No, like I don't know. It's not trivial to catch the like to force him to get stuck in a corner, and it
Well,
worked.
I mean, I think I mostly played myself, and I think that's kind of how it's gonna go. Like, I think if I stay put, so it was like this exchange here. So I was taking two shots if I stayed there, and I boosted to only take the shot from the X-wing, but the Z shot probably didn't matter that much.
Hmm.
And then staying here gave me so many more options.
Gotcha.
And
So
the
you guys
fact that I
actually,
boosted meant I didn't have. I boosted into a position that I was barely in range of the rock, but I had nowhere to go from there that was in range of the rock, and I couldn't
yeah.
inertial dampeners twice in a row because I got to the exact 8 HP mark, which is like game losing.
So that was
Losing
way
a couple.
faster than I expected. Are you guys around for a bit and want to go again? Or are you good? You could double down to 2 beers.
I would play again, but it'd probably take a while.
I
Up
mean,
to
Are you
you.
not? Um, are you not convinced, Chris? I
am I?
mean, I
Oh, I'm
think.
actually just curious to
I
watch it. Am I not
Wait,
like I believe people when they say it's beatable. I don't think it's a fun experience, but like I'm interested to watch
I
these
think
matchups.
I think it was just that first mistake with the boost. If I hadn't done that, I think it was pretty recoverable. And like I don't know, I think I had to be KG with Jake because you threatened him with the start.
So
So I don't
Blair,
think
my
I could have really
opinion
done.
is like you Han's playing mostly a game of solitaire here, and you made him fuck up his game of solitaire.
Yeah, that's pretty
so
accurate.
like, as much as like we shat on like Ghost Finn,
Hmm.
like you still have sometimes you have decisions to make.
Oh, for
As long as
sure.
they're not up against like other turrets, like to be made.
Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
my problem isn't with like something like Han isn't that it reduces decision making for the person playing it. I actually don't like it because it reduces decision making for the person playing against it.
Or that
mhm.
they don't necessarily have a right answer if
So
the Han player dials the right move.
so like what you did really well, Blair, was setting up the like your Z was gonna die, so you set up in a position where the
The
only way
Z's
he was
didn't
gonna
die.
get shot.
What are you talking about?
Well, this guy in the bottom left corner, right? I realize you can't see what I'm circling, right? This guy in the bottom left corner. So like you
If
set
I
it up
killed
so
any of
that
his Z's, then I think I could have won. Because they all did so much damage to me.
yeah, but what I mean is like so he was at one hole, right? So his arc's irrelevant for the rest of the game because if he ever shoots again, he's just dead. Or if he would ever have arc on anything, he'd just die. So the only way to keep him alive and relevant was to put him in the to block the inertial dampeners boosts, so that your B wing could threaten the stop, and then the rest of your list could threaten the reasonable moves he had. And
Yeah, I
like,
guess was the stop still a better move here? I guess the main reason I didn't do it is I wasn't in range of the rock, and then I thought taking these three shots I could actually survive with an action.
right, well, and it was you could
And
also
like I
reduce it
think I had a
to
pretty
two
good chance to
shots.
survive there, but
I said that
yeah,
was a coin
realistic.
flip to kill the Z, um, but in general, yeah, like I don't know. So like that was a good set of decision making that I think won the game, Blair. But I don't think those decisions are what should be required. Like the level of difficulty required to do that maneuver is so way out of line with the level of difficulty required to play Han. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. It's the question of like Luke Skywalker. They put in the game for a reason. You
Yeah,
know, it's like they wanted new players, like kind of something easy to just understand the game. I think the question for the devs is like, do you want Luke Skywalker winning a system open?
yeah. I mean, and he's also kind of like the emergency brake against aces ever getting out. It's like, fine, you bring 50-bit aces, fuck you.
Hmm. Hmm. But this is the trouble. This is like the difficulty that devs have is like R2D2 should really.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, wouldn't you say like R2D2 is like should like I'm not saying they should do this, but wouldn't you say like he's twice as valuable on Han compared to like everything else in the game?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he's so out of line with everything else. Like, I guess they just missed putting charges on him compared to everything else. Like,
Hmm.
Well, they
like
thought the restraints for like you can only regen to one
yeah, like
and you have
it's
to be
more
damaged.
conditional, but yeah.
But wouldn't you say he's like basically twice as good on Han as
Oh yeah,
everyone
Right.
else?
No,
easily.
I mean
Yeah.
yeah. Like I think they definitely missed the Han interaction initially, and then they buffed Han for no reason. So like that's the problem. Like Han probably shouldn't have gotten a 10-point reduction regardless.
I
Like
mean,
the inertial cannon thing's the bigger issue.
Yeah, like there's I don't know. There's a lot of like minor problems that I think all just kind of culminate into a bigger mess. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see if it keeps tearing things up. Are you guys done? Should I shut this thing down? Or are we going? We keeping at it?
It's up to you, Blair.
Oh, all the pressure's on Blair now. Jesus, Beta Bunn can't make a decision
I
still.
said I would play, but like
No,
it's a two-way street here.
Um, when are you going to bed, Chris? I kind of want to play some Apex Legends, but if you're gonna be up for a while, I guess.
I'll be up for. I mean, I've got at least 3 or 4 hours in me.
All right, I'll play one more.
All right.
I guess maybe the lock or something to guarantee to try to get the kill would have been better than the evade there.
Oh, who put what rock there? Where do you guys remember?
So
I-
I put the 3 in the middle. He put the 3 in the corners.
That's what I figured. Just want to double check. I was setting
So
things
like
up.
generally what I was looking for is just trying to make sure I had rocks in as many places. This one maybe could have been wider given the other ones, but like I don't know. Because yeah, you do want to kind of spread and to just give as much of the board on territory as possible. It does feel pretty bad getting out of Han territory.
All right. Oh, so when I do, if I, oh, I can't draw on the board. Never mind. I was like, if I measure range, oh, I can. Can you guys see my range measuring right now that I'm doing?
No.
That range
No.
5 on the board.
Do you
All right,
guys see
sweet.
my range measuring and stuff?
No.
Well, like when I do it, like, do you see this? Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. What have you done?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was drawing with the markers at the top. I'm trying to figure out if I can measure range and stuff with those without like bothering you guys. Twitch chat says, "Is it another case of more ships the better?" Definitely here. I mean, like 3 ships is absolutely what you don't
Well,
want
like,
having against Han.
So I don't know. Like the Z shots generally aren't super relevant unless I don't know.
Yeah, but the
Like
bodies
if,
are.
if I'm in
just
range of the rock and like I'm taking a range 3 Z shot, I probably don't care. But like yeah, taking like 3 of those in a turn, I maybe care. Like that probably does more than R2D2 regen.
Yeah.
Like the 3-day shots, the scary part, and like he got 2 really good shots with the X-wing at least. So that got me down to like where I couldn't dampeners, which sucked.
So I'm surprised to see you keeping outmaneuver and not grabbing something like proton rockets, Bun.
I mean, this wasn't really like my version of the list or anything. I'm just
Yeah.
doing a demo, I
I was
guess.
curious
But
if there was a reason or just
I-
playing what, just to show why this worked
I
or
mean,
whatever.
outmaneuver is not like the problem with outmaneuver is it's not worth 6 points. But in this
Yeah.
list, points aren't a concern.
Yeah, like
right?
whatever.
So yeah, it is probably a question of outmaneuver versus prockets. Generally, I find that I do like prockets a lot on other things, and it's probably really good on Jake because you can do the double repositioning of prockets. So I should probably experiment with it. But outmaneuver is nice for like sustained damage, but maybe the burst damage is actually better. So it'd be interesting to try it out.
I don't have an informed opinion. I'm giving hot takes.
Like in this matchup, I'd probably rather have rockets because just getting more off the board quicker would be nice.
Blair, I've played like 4 games of X-Wing since Free Cup. It's awful.
Yeah, I haven't been playing. I don't know what any of the crits do.
You don't know
At the
what?
I don't know what any of the crits do. At the hyperspace
Oh.
trial, like every time someone turn one up, I'm like, "What's that do?"
You
Jesus.
apparently didn't know what loose stabilizer
I
did.
definitely didn't know what loose
But
tape.
at least that was just evening out for that guy who should have been dead.
Wow, he shouldn't have been. He has a family, Bun. Come on.
Huh.
Here, I was talking to the stream about what blocking options he had. Now that he had one hole and a loose stabilizer, and all he did was choose death. Wrecked.
I thought my 3-turn was pretty good, but I knew, like I thought if you're gonna barrel the other way, I might have gotten blocked on your Z, and then I would have been probably super fucked, but maybe not. I don't know. Like I'm wondering if I didn't fully think through the stop there. Like I don't know how many other shots I had into me, but stopped, and I would have had 3 health left because of the shield that I could have evaded. The problem with the evade is, and I wasn't in range of the rock either, so I thought the rock would be better protection, but only having 1 green die there, pretty painful. So you've adjusted your position, Blair.
Changing it up.
Oh.
Were we leaving the rocks the same? Was that the plan? Or I guess I slightly moved this one, maybe. I don't know.
Judge. Judge.
I guess to save time, I'm okay leaving the rocks.
They seem. I think if you set them up, they're just gonna end up roughly like this again. So.
But as far as the list, Chris, like you were saying, I'll tell a story if you have the attention. So, way back when they had a play-in game for the Team Covenant Aces, it was season 2, and they had Matt Shadowlord was playing against this guy named Sonny Ravencourt, and it came down to a Fat Han versus 2 B-Wings, and Matt basically just rammed his Han into one of the B-Wings like
Wrecked the other
4
one.
times in a row, and just shot the other one. And
that was what I was like. I think the end game there, if I lived, was fairly favorable to me, because you had 2 3-dice guns, and Han was sort of free at that point. Like there was no way you're gonna stop him from like force trading or doing something in the next turn. And so like I could probably reset with Jake if I needed to, and like I'd be like all those Z's were really low. So it would have been easy to take them off the board and hopefully keep arc dodging 3-dice. But...
See, it wasn't my attention span that interrupted your story.
Well, I thought you finished the story. You were killing.
No,
killing
so I
humans,
remember
so-
I remember watching that game, and just thinking like, and it was 2 full health B-Wings against a Han that had already taken like 2 or 3 shields, and I remember thinking like, like a full health Z, and like 2 like 5 or 6 health B-Wings probably would have been a more favorite. And this was in, I don't know if you guys were playing back then. This is way 5 or 6 when like 2-ship list was like everywhere. Like Rockfell, Corrin Dash, Han Jake was like, that was Brobots. That was the meta. And I remember thinking that in my head. And so that was the week 1 of that league was when I busted out the 5-ship Rebel for the first time and put it up against Mr. Heaver. And I remember thinking, and so I think that translates to this. If it gets down to 2 ships against Han, you've basically lost. Like, one guy is never getting a shot. The other one will get shots maybe every other turn, maybe, but they're typically not going to be good shots.
Like if they're range 3 shots, you're probably not breaking. You're probably not going ahead of R2D2. If you're able to get closer range shots, then you might be able to.
Yeah, so I think I think like, and I know like everyone's saying, oh, of course you'd say it's Blair, but like I think 5+ chips is like where you got to be looking. But I think even like a Ace plus like a mini swarm, I think could do. I don't think you have to go like all in on generics.
I don't think the TIE fighters do much for you, or like I don't know which mini swarm you're talking about.
Well, I haven't really put a whole lot of thought, but just like having like a hard hitting ace, like, and like I see people.
Is probably a little better.
Well, I see people saying things like, "Oh, we'll bring seismic charges to blow up the rocks." Like, you don't want to go all in on just beating this list, because there's still like you're probably even like if you go all the way like at Denver, whoever goes to the finals, they're probably only gonna play this like a Fat Han like this twice, maybe 3 times. So you can't go all in on that. So I think the meta calls you want to make is something like FCS on Vader. That's where you want to go, because now I'm getting my lock every single time. I don't ever have to like try to lock again.
Well, I mean, FCS Vader is not unusual.
No, it's not. But I'm saying like, but you see people without it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's the call you want to make is like, let's go FCS to counter this 2-ship build.
I mean, I don't know. Vader moving before Han has, and like generally only has 2 other ships with him, so you run into similar problems that you're talking about.
Right, but not if
you're not going to get enough shots to come ahead.
Not that I think Vader and 4 Strikers is a good list, but it's a solvable.
Yeah, I don't know what the list is exactly, but I'm saying like, I don't think like Duncan's list, like unless they're going to bid a dozen points, unless they're going to bid half a TIE fighter, maybe then. But that's really aggressive to do that. I don't think a list like that though is what you want to look. But I still think like you don't have to go away from aces entirely. I think like 1 ace plus some filler is still a call.
I was gonna say, why is there no one in here? What happened?
All right, so I'm gonna hop back into the other thing while you guys get going. But yeah, Blair, I think you're right. I think like exactly 3 ships is about the worst place to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a there's a correct number of ships past that, but if a ship that we saw the same thing with Dengaroo, right? Like if you were ever taking damage from anything ever, 3 ships was the worst amount to have. I mean, lists that had 5+ were generally not doing much better either.
Mhm.
But if you're letting Dengar run into one of your ships every turn, like even triple scouts, if Dengar's slamming into one and just killing half of one every turn past that, you've got problems. But as soon as you
Yeah.
could either ignore all his damage or actually have enough shots to hurt him, it changed. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll get out of you guys' hair though, and it's 13 turns, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Probably call it before that.
Okay, I'm here, Travis.
Well, hello.
So we are live. Heads up.
Well, I was going to say, give me 2 seconds to reach for my template tray to compare my beautiful new templates to what I used to have. It's the first time I actually just was able to take them out of the packaging. But I tuned in, so I caught some of that.
Mhm.
So, like, Blair Swarm is super
You just
abnormal
got
right
way
now.
louder, by the way.
Oh, I did nothing.
All
so
right, you got way
suck it
quieter.
down.
So I'll turn you back up.
Okay.
We'll let it ride. It'll be great.
Figure it out. So before I go take the 2-second break to grab my actual templates, I already noticed that Blair Swarm is already horrifically abnormal compared to what's played in extended.
Oh yeah, this is very much not a normal extended list.
Right. So like the most we've been seeing is 5 ships, and in reality, it's closer to 4.
Right, unless
Right.
it's separatists, but nobody plays separatists in extended.
Well, I mean, even for rebels, just
Yeah.
like the and rebels are the ones that are bringing the more ships out of anyone, like you said, except for Sis, which are new and functionally irrelevant
Yeah,
and extended.
they aren't much around in extended.
Right.
They might be oddly really good against Han, but
Yeah,
you've got a
I
rest of
agree.
Swiss problem to solve there.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's
Like,
why
you can only energy shell charges once. They were only going to shoot once anyways, so whatever. Neat.
I can confirm for you that they're actually quite good against 1 agility running away ships. But so he has sort of the perfect list that has enough arcs that he can kind of afford to do the thing where like I'm going to split my arcs. Even a 5-ship list, I'm not sure can really afford to split its arcs very often.
Oh, here. So Travis, let me share. Well, one, do you want to show off your template tray?
In one moment,
All right,
and
go
yes.
Go get it.
All right. So quick pause.
I'm not pausing the stream just for you. All right, so I won't bother drawing out the positions the first turn because I suspect we're going to see very similar things. Blair is going to pick a direction, and Bunn's going to do something not committal. Yep. So Bunn, or Blair, one of our B players, gets himself in the middle of the board. Looking good.
Yep. So Blair also knows that you want to try and take the middle of the board as fast as possible, or just be present.
Yeah.
All right. So template tray.
All right, I'm putting you on stream. You ready? There it is. There they are. There's all right. I can see your monitor reflection in the tray more than I can see the tray.
How about I do that?
Pull it up higher. There you go. Perfect. Beautiful. That's what you get when you lose. Great bet.
So this will not fit my box.
Correct.
So now I have
That's not
to
what your
carry
mom
it
said,
separately.
Johnson.
So I have to carry it separately now, like some peasant. So that's the real failure because these are beautiful. So
Well,
you failed at making fun of me.
No. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get more sales for Ben. So, if you'll notice on that tray, there's a beautiful Highbridge logo on it. And Travis, if you go to the Highbridge site, you could see that they sell template trays that'll lock in with, or like ship trays and stuff that'll lock in on top of that.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. I'm not putting it back on stream. There's an H on it. It's very beautiful.
Oh, well, fuck you. I went through all that trouble for that.
Highbridge made it. They're great. Would recommend.
I'm just a little sad it doesn't fit my box. Which actually doesn't really affect me at all because what I'll do is now my box will literally just be storage. I'll have my templates with me because I carry a backpack to things all the time now. So
Hey,
it's
Twitch
actually.
chat. So Travis's volume is varying wildly for me. Is it a problem for you guys, or is it?
Is it really that
Fine.
variable?
It's very oddly variable. I don't really know.
Huh. I don't have a good answer.
I know. I don't have good answers. All right. So now we can talk about. Oh yeah, now we can talk about dials.
So, yeah.
Here, let me share my screen with you so you don't get the.
Yeah, I'm gonna have delay, otherwise I'm watching the Twitch stream.
Yeah. Share screen. This one. All right, it's gonna be a little choppy, but whatever. Right?
I don't need it to be at speed.
Right. So Han is gonna be here, right? It's not even a question. He's gonna go
Right.
there and he's gonna figure out what's happening later. And he can always just dampeners there. Like,
So Bunn already has a different strategy. I went back and looked at the things. I sort of like having Han set up more middle on purpose, that he should sort of already be in the middle of the board.
yeah. So actually, what I want to talk about here though is Jake. I actually don't like this Jake position much.
Yeah.
I mean, he can two bank and land like here and figure it out later. Which is probably what he's gonna do. Never mind, it's fine. All right, I retract all my statements. But this X-wing's gonna come screaming up here. Our U-wing is gonna ignore the no consequences cloud and be like here, or like here.
Who chose those rocks? Why aren't the rocks more middle? He should have been able to get two of those
so-
rocks middle.
Bunn.
Bunn.
Oh, you ready for this? R. Yeah. So Bunn plays these three.
I mean, I get it. I actually think I would. I mean, we're all learning this list as we go. I think I would, especially with this many ships, I would have preferred a tighter rock. Those two rocks to be literally closer to one another
I
to
think I
prevent
agree.
more things from filling in it. Right?
So I'm curious. Like, well, if that two bank left with Jake fits, so we're looking at. I think it does, though. It pretty clearly does. I think so. He doesn't have to actually commit to a direction. Sorry, I mean he's planning 16 turns ahead. He's definitely not just dialing non-committal things and figuring it out later. Yeah, I'm just a little surprised to see Jake so far out so early. But he's not
I think
far out.
I think he's fallen into his normal ace play, where I think he would have done way better having a more centralized thing, because he's even less committed if he's in the center of the board, because he could go in any direction.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting though because I mean, so yeah, the X-wing also does a 4 straight. No shockers there. Hi Morgan. Am I missing why Han running Cannon Crew doesn't take debris? We were talking about it earlier. I think
Yeah.
Bunn just really likes rocks, specifically for lists like this, because the Rebel list can just coordinate, go through debris, and then K-turn afterwards and not care. I don't know that that's correct,
Oh,
but
there's Morgan. Actually, I thought about that a lot too. Travis is constantly loud now. You damn
I'm
right
turning
I
you
am.
down. Wow, what's happening? Oh, there we go.
Okay. So I thought about that too. And my natural guy was like, why not do debris? I think the real answer is that the Han list benefits more by because I think I watched some of the games.
Whoa!
and- Now what? Is it me?
No, Jake is chilling. He's
I
hanging
figured
out
Jake-
there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. He's gonna like roll right and then straight boost and only get shot once. But
Yeah.
I didn't bring my outmaneuver ace to get shot. It's not what he's here for.
Actually, it is what he's there for. The problem is that he's not making the rest of his list commit to Jake while Han does whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and that
But-
U-wing's not modified. But
Yeah.
it's a shame that it's the X-wing that's gonna shoot him, not the.
So, but to clarify on the debris, I think while Han gets a lot of benefit out of the debris because he can literally ignore it, the Han list, since it only has two ships and you're constantly forcing your opponent to try and choose, you want to cut off where they can even choose. Because I was looking back at a lot of lists, there are plenty of opponents that realize, hey, this sucks. I'm going to YOLO. I'm going to two-turn onto this debris now to keep trying to shoot. And what Jack Winnie was doing a lot was orbiting rocks, preventing his opponent from even having the opportunity to just toot. Because, yeah, they can toot on a rock, but then they can't shoot, and it doesn't matter. Where they can shoot on a debris. I think I'd just rather do that in general to cut off what my opponent can do, because Han can do a lot all the time. Because your opponent, yeah, they lose the mods, but they want to just be, they want to get invited to shoot.
Whoa! Do you see the shocking 2-turn from Han?
Weird.
And I suspect he's not gonna boost here because he's in a very good spot.
Yeah.
He can
Boosting
no
with this-
consequence 2-bank or 3-bank, or stay here.
See, like what's
Right.
what's funny is that for some reason I would boost straight if you could boost straight, which you can't.
Which you can't. But like,
But
the-
otherwise, I sure shit am not boosting towards my own board edge.
right? Because these ships can line up like here, facing this
Mhm.
way, or they can get to like here,
Mhm.
facing this
And
way,
then-
or some combo of them, right? But
What if he
Huh.
did that first one, that top one that you said, and I
Yep.
said, you know what, that's neat. I will sit here.
yep. And then if he does go towards the bottom, Han's gonna go up, right? So this is, so we saw Han in one of these no-win, or Blair in one of these no-win situations before, and he actually split up and went 2 and 2 each way around it. This B-wing out here in the middle of nowhere, I don't understand though.
Yeah, that might have just maybe he didn't really. I don't know.
I don't know if there's some 16.
Well, no, that I think that would be wing. So Blair might have a lot more vassal face that knowledge than we do. was thinking the B-wing can one bank and barrel roll back into the middle of the board, probably. That probably fits. Look at our vast.
Yeah. Oh wait, are you saying the one bank?
Yeah, one
It
bank.
might. I don't know.
I'm just saying you can tell our super experience with Vassal.
Yeah.
So now they lost my comment on debris stream cutout.
The stream cutout?
I don't know.
Really?
I can't read their name because I have my yellow goggles on and his name is in
It's
blue.
the Cyber Johnsons in full effect. All right, I dropped 0 frames, so I don't believe you that the stream cut out.
Tell them to get better internet.
All right, so
Okay.
Jake's taking shot. Yeah, Jake doesn't give a fuck.
What we got here? Seems like an awful
No
lot of
fucks
evades.
given.
Look at all those evades. That seems like the proper amount of evades. I mean, is there any world in which Jake doesn't just leave like a 800 straight?
He's not a resistance A-wing, Travis. He could not shoot. It'd be a real tragedy if Jake didn't shoot for like 18 rounds. All right, it didn't cut out. Thanks for nothing, Twitch chat.
Okay. I mean, I like what Blair's doing here, to be pretty blunt. I'm not
Yep.
sure I actually liked. See, so watching Jack, man, he set up in the middle a lot, and I was like, that seems weird, and it is weird in the way we typically play games, like all of us. But I immediately was like, oh, he just commanded the center of the board and told his opponent, I could go in any of the directions, choose one. Right? In reality, like Bunn can only go in 2 directions. He could turn into the board or keep going straight. Where if he were like more in the center of the board, like he could like YOLO towards that like U-wing
All right,
and then just jump
Travis,
over
is it time for the 800D chess, the 3-turn left with Han?
I mean, I don't know if it's wrong to just dial it in.
Because these are where you'll land, right? Either where he is now, there, or there. And I think this isn't quite right, but it'd be
I mean, you
like,
can just dial in the 4 straight and be like, I'm super out.
yeah, but so this way, right? So let's say because he could be here facing that way and he'd lose the action. Oh no, but so he'd be in one of these 3 places, all of which are good. So let's say Blair does do the like the everybody commits this way. So then he would just dampener's boost, have the gas cloud. If Blair goes this way, then I should really switch colors, huh? But whatever. Right? So then he can just take the 3-turn and take 1 shot and then now be behind literally off Blair's list.
So I see what you're saying, but I think the angles, because he's just going to bank in. Each of those Z's, I think, are just going to 1 bank or 2 bank, whatever, some sort of bank.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not going to really be
He's just
committed.
gonna worry
He's
about
going to
this.
cut off a major center of that board.
Yeah, because like
Right?
at some
This is why I didn't
point,
really like
Blair
Bunn's
has to
initial
figure out this
opening.
gas cloud, but figure out means maybe lose an action too, not actually have anything that matters happen. Because
Morgan,
Han,
I don't necessarily disagree with you, Morgan. I was just thinking about what the benefits of the rock even were because I noticed that he brought them, and I think the answer is cutting off more places. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Blair will fucking laugh if there's debris. He'll just plow over debris to keep shots on Han, right? So I think that's the reason, so to speak.
all right. So if he does dial in like the 3-bank right, he could also be all the way over there, which is fucking silly. And that's definitely not to scale. Don't quote me on that final position, but it looks.
I'm not
something
sure the
like
4
that.
straight's not just right. Yeah, he'll get shot by the U-wing and the X-wing, but then he's out. Like the other ships can't even remotely
Because you could
keep
dial
up.
in the 4 straight, and then actually just like 2-bank Jake in.
I was like, if he does that, then the A-wing, yeah, Jake needs to be more aggressive, right, and punish the turn in,
because these Z's aren't going to be up there anytime fucking soon. They're Z's,
right? Yeah,
I mean, this B-wing's like, I'm helping.
right. And then yeah, I mean, the whole point is you're not trying to avoid all shots, forever. You're just trying to be strategic with taking your shots. Turns out Han regenerates.
Man, I really hope that I still have an internet connection like this after I move.
That's why you should never move. You live there now.
No, we've had 8 water leaks in 3 years. I'm out.
Just plug duct tape.
Jesus.
Hey, duct tape stops Ebola. That's true.
What is happening?
Technically, he'd pick on the U-wing, I suspect, because if he did that, then the 2-turn or 2-bank in from the Jake would get blocked on the X-wing, so he had double shots on the U-wing.
And this
And
whole
he
game,
turbo fucked that U-wing.
this whole game gets way easier. There's no Leia involved.
Yeah, it does. It's comically easier.
And we didn't even see Leia like trigger last
Holy
game.
shit. Yeah, there's the banks. So the U-wing stops, and he already popped Leia.
Oh, he did Leia. Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
'Cause he
Oh yeah,
focused
because
the
he wants
U-wing.
the one turn. Okay. Yeah, this all makes sense. So now Han is. Well, we'll have to see what Han does, but he's not going to get shot by more than one ship. Hey, B-wing grabs the lock.
Mhm.
Neat. Yep, and blocks Jake's two bank or whatever. So
Yeah, well, again, that two-bank end should only be useful if he decided to actually plow
yeah,
forward.
and I think if
fast.
Jake did some slower straight move like the 3 straight or something, he can still do the focus.
Yeah, the 3 straight would be hilarious because you get range 1, boost focus.
Yep. Oh, now he might not be blocking the 3 bank. Interesting.
Ooh.
We'll have to see what comes out. Oh. That
I
seems.
bet I have a better idea what Han's doing now.
So what's interesting is.
I can barrel focus boost.
Yeah, but do you even need to do any of that? Like, so the interesting thing is
Yeah,
it's a
like-
U-wing, right? So you might just want to focus, roll focus, and just get away from it. I need to
Yeah.
clear maneuvers. I don't know. If Han's up there though, then he'll definitely just get in there. I'm sure, like focus or boost focus,
And then all those guys have to start two-turning over the fucking
because
around.
ain't no more Leia anymore. So I can hear myself in your headphones, Travis.
What? Are you shitting me? All right. Oh, let me take out my old headset that I thought was bad. I'll be right back.
Okay, get out of here.
Because it's not bad, because it was the connection.
Yeah. Looks like he's trying to decide whether or not to dampeners here. I wish we could see the dial while he's deciding on the dampeners. I am glad isn't the right word, but it looks like Bunn's going to get more use out of Jake this
All right.
game.
How do I sound now? Is
Oh,
that better?
yeah, you're fine.
This
me
is
turn you
actually
back
my
up some.
old headset, and it's way more comfy.
Aw.
It's also the exact same headset.
So, interestingly, Han is... I like it, but...
Actually, I like it a lot.
Yep.
Right? Because now he can two-turn left or right. And
Yep. I mean, he's
he
going to
does
trade
actually have
shots
to
with a
choose.
single Z. The other ones are gas clouds. They don't count.
Yeah. No, they count. Totally count.
And those Z's can't actually threaten Jake for a very long time.
Yeah. Shouldn't they just target lock? I was thinking about this. Han should target lock more often than not, right? When you have all the force.
Yep. So Chad Andrew Lauritsen just finished updating the calculator to have Han work. So
he chose focus. Neat.
I mean the focus for defense too.
Yeah, I know. With all the
but yeah, generally
evades
the
to
lock's
nothing, plus
better.
the focus turns to something.
Yeah, like it's better with the gas cloud. But yeah, so we just got the calculator updated and all the Han ruling stuff is in there now. So if you've been using it like before this week, you probably want to go redo your math because it was using the old Han ruling up until
Don't tell me how to
relatively
live my
recently.
life.
But yeah, so you can go compare what having different tokens and everything looks like.
Hey, turns out these orange templates are yellow with my glasses.
You need to turn your camera on really quick so I can show everyone what Cyber Johnson looks like.
All right, hold on.
Oh, wrecked. All right, here's the Cyber Johnson. All right, so Han straight whiffs it, wrecked.
That happens. That is the downside of a two-ship list. Though everyone's talking about his... I mean, don't get me wrong. There is a damage output air quote problem. Except that Han's very accurate.
Well, Jake is supposed to be too. But yeah, so Bunn's a little like a couple damage behind, not a lot, right? Like the U-wing has a focus for defense, and Jake's probably getting like 2.5 hits there. And Han really only because it's not like the Z doesn't roll defense dice.
Oh, there we go.
So Han's gonna take one, and
All
that
the
should be the
things are
only
on the
damage
back.
from the round. So not really the expected outcome here, but not far from the expected outcome.
All right. You're far from the expected outcome.
X. Set the third one. There it is.
I don't have to. I don't have to make this modification. I
but I will.
choose to.
Yep, correct. So yeah, now Blair has to make hard decisions. He can't like I mean he could just one straight his whole list, right? But it's not a good idea and cuz like he has to commit to left or right. Oh,
I feel like
it's time to draw again. So let's not draw in red cuz it's hard to see. Right. So Han is in so he's like here. Or he's like here. Or he's like here. Or he's here. Or he's here. Or he's here. Or he's here. This wasn't intended to be as long of a list as it's becoming. Or he's like that or whatever. Right. So that's
hey,
the
the good news is this isn't completely supernatural because supernatural he was actually in a quantum state of all of those states.
yeah. So
And in this
here
case, technically only one half of those exist, but we
yeah.
don't know which half.
So Bunn is deciding between let's switch to blue, right? So Bunn is deciding between this set of them or red or this set
Isn't
of them.
isn't the cutback isn't the red better?
I think so. I
Right,
think the two
because
turn right's
so
better.
he gets almost no punishment if Blair tries to. So the only thing that Blair could do is like bank in, but even then that's not safe because he dampeners and boosts left.
Yeah.
Right, if he goes straight, he completely escapes.
Right. And it's all dependent on what Jake does, right? But we know what Jake does. He's gonna five straight. He's out
I
of
mean,
here.
why not? He
Yep.
can just go punish something in the back there.
Yep. Like Jake will happily trade shots at range 3 with a B wing. I'll hit you for 1 to 2 and you will miss me.
That B
I'm
wing
in.
could be like range 2. He could have
Well, I
cut
mean,
back.
all right. So if that B wing like what 2 banks, the 3 banks still red, right? If he goes here, then Jake's just gonna like focus or what like whatever. It's fine.
Couldn't he just like boost and then focus and then just have no shots probably? Like bank boost barrel roll and then they might just be out of each
You
other's arc.
can't boost roll the A wing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
So in that case, actually, the 4 straight might be better. The 3 straight, whatever lands here, and then you can roll, boost, and hide out behind the cloud back there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do I miss anything? No. Cool. And we'll
Easy.
have to.
There's only 2 ships. There's only so many places they could be.
Yep. All right. So Blair all ends
Holy
on the.
shit.
Yep. I don't think he's wrong. Because now, if Bunn did dial in the 2 turn left, these Z's still get to play.
That's true.
I don't think he did, but he might have.
Wonder if he's doing the barrel roll here so we can try and cut off the right exit.
Yeah, it's red on Z's, right? Yep.
It is, but I mean, actually, doesn't he even need to barrel roll? He can just 2 turn over the fucking thing next turn.
Yeah, I think you'd rather just not be stressed than have to solve that problem.
Might as well just focus. Target lock. Target lock. Nope. We wrong. He did want the barrel roll.
And the funny thing is, Jake running this turn is going to look insane if that's what he did. But all these ships could be pointed in exactly the other direction, all at Jake. And both of them know it. Which is why Blair chose to totally ignore it, I assume. But Bunn could have called the 800. Yeah, all right, he's out of here.
Yep. But the
So-
thing is, he's not really out of here because he just gets the easy like boost focus and starts killing a B wing for basically nothing.
yeah, and we'll see. I mean, so he'll probably try the left roll forward, but I don't know that it's gonna fit. Like the left roll forward might fit.
I don't know. I'm not gonna try and
maybe I don't know.
really figure it out.
Whatever, because if he boosts, he's like this, and then he'll be shooting next turn, so it's kind of whatever. Well, we'll let Bunn because he might just target lock, right? Like here, B wing, hold this for me. And the B wing is probably what Bunn wants to be shooting because it's the it's the least variance damage target, and all the targets are about the same value, so might as well. Oh, it fits. The dream. So he'll grab a focus, and then presumably boost. I don't think the boost is going to get him a shot, but it'll be close. And more importantly, that's a much better position. How are we doing on Leia charges? Are they on? The U-Wing, where's he got his Leia charges? They on the side of the board. Yeah, so there's one Leia charge. Okay.
Weird. What
There's
an interesting and maneuver.
Yep. So he's in a couple arcs now. He'll right boost and Luke Gunner. Embrace the center first edition Han.
Because the escape route next turn is pretty massive with the boost.
Yep.
Like he just can go fast, Ricky Bobby, and can't be punished for it.
All right, is Twitch chat quiet or is my Twitch chat broken? I think my Twitch chat's
No, no,
It's just quiet.
it's just not that involved.
Okay. They're not talking to me anymore since you're talking to me. I guess they got jealous. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing Han go full ring around the rosy here. Oh, he's just rotating. What?
So Angry Peon, if he had K turned everything, so let's say he had K, he already burnt Leia. So if he had K turned everything, you just target lock.
No, he just focused. I don't understand. The boost seemed really good.
Like now he's just getting shot by 3 things, 2 of which are range 3 but unobstructed. Yeah, and then his 3 turns very predictable. I actually just like the boost for the 3 bank. Any of the banks actually didn't even have to be a 3 bank next turn. So I think the boost was just better. Just because he couldn't punish anything next turn, but now he can. It's very simple for him to just 2 turn everything.
Right. Well, it'll all be gas clouded.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Gonna like 2 bank or whatever.
Yeah, but it's just it keeps him in the ability to keep being shot for longer. I'm just thinking ahead. I want him to like have to start.
Well, so if they all 2 turn, right? So I don't really care much about the dice. So the screen's gonna freeze for a bit, whatever. Right. So if he 2 turns, these Z's are like in this area facing this way, and Han's 3 turn is like over here, and then right, like he'll just boost. Like he's out of here.
Yeah, but the B wing and the Z, and then he's also like, I would have rather boosted, shot that stress Z, and then next turn also shot that stress Z.
Jesus, Blair Z's no only rage. Do you re-roll that? Are you bad enough, dude? You really don't want to fall to exactly 0 shields. It's because you're re-rolling it what for the 12.5 that you get double evades. Well, I guess if he rolled evade focus, he'd be willing to spend it. Yeah, he just takes 1. I think that's the correct choice.
So Angry Peon asked, why not just should he have K turned all his ships this turn and tried to kill Jake? But Jake did a 5 straight. Like Jake could have just opted out. Like he opted in because they didn't face him.
Yeah, and just because Bunn did the 5 straight, like doesn't mean that the K turn was wrong. If that makes sense. Like, but and like Blair and Bunn know each other. Like, there's probably some player mind games there as well because. So if you haven't played with Bunn, he's one of the like least or the most risk averse people I've ever played X-Wing with. And previously, I thought I had that title.
You don't.
I don't. Not anymore. So, like
not close either.
No. So yeah, Blair also knows that what Bunn's risk tolerance is, and it's real low. So, presumably that's why.
Not low enough because you should have boosted.
Maybe. Like again,
I think
it's such an obvious move to boost that the fact that it didn't happen makes me wonder if I'm missing something.
We might be.
Because I mean, it does just look like a straight mistake, right? Like, oh yeah, I just should have boosted there. Not even a question.
Again, I just see I can't draw on your screen, but if you draw the boost real quick, right?
Yeah. So it's like around here ish.
Then the 3 bank pretty much fits. If not, the 2 bank certainly
like
does.
Down here,
right? Just look at that space, and then you can
down
straight
here
or bank boost again. It's farther than that, but
or even 3 turn and be like here ish.
Yeah, but I'm just like you just
like
punish these Z's. They're so out of position if you do that, right? And you just get a bunch of unanswered shots on this. Like the B wing can't do anything to you. Jake gets a free turn in if he wants. It just keeps lighting stuff up and then can leave again.
I love that this list has so little damage output. Jake is referred to anything approaching lighting things up.
Well, outmaneuver Jake on a B wing has a real damage output.
Auto blaster Jake.
Yeah, like
Leia is the most toxic card in both these lists. That is
Luke Gunner
a provocative
is still.
Statement. I'm in for that statement, if only for the amount of frustration that however many people are watching have just from hearing this.
It's the cheapest if we're doing like toxicity
Where's
to
the-
cost.
Where's the saboteur card to put on screen? That's what this guy is. I like it. All right, Travis, entertain him for a second. I got it.
All right.
Entertain them. Here.
All
This
right.
is entertaining.
Twitch
All right, I'll
chat.
be right back.
Okay. All right, Twitch chat. Jesus, you asshole. What should be the cost of Leia? If Leia the card is air quotes as toxic as that is it Luke Gunner? If it's toxic, it's toxic, right? Like I'm upset that Luke Gunner's playable. So tell me, if it's really that bad, is it uncostable? Is it like a 30-point Leia? What's Leia worth? Oh, there it is. I see it. Should have boosted last turn. Got him. Oh, by the way, everyone, Bunn does not have experience with this list. So we can cut him some slack, but also make fun of him. So we'll thread the needle of cutting him slack while making fun of him. I am a little surprised he didn't boost. I don't see any Twitch chat, so either I'm silent. No, you reacted to that part. So, I mean, I figured somebody would tell me how much Leia's worth. Nobody? No one knows what they think it should cost? All right. I mean, Glaive Leader at least is willing to put a number out. It's an auction. Yes, more than 2. I don't even think Rebel players will tell you it's worth 2. Jesus, -9.
All right, I'm back. Hey,
All right.
should have boosted last turn. That answers that question.
Yep. So I asked the chat, since I said if Leia's cancerous, should she be like what's the right cost then? Because is it like Luke Gunner or there's a real cost?
No, I'm in for -9. That seems good. Partisan 4Bs. Yep.
It's interesting. Everyone said 5. I would make the argument that 8 actually still probably would 8 would be played probably now. The difference of when 8 wasn't played was when Supernatural was 12. Advanced Sensors was what, Chris? 5?
That's not 8. Not
Okay.
enough.
Proton torpedoes were 9. So I'm just saying, I suspect she's actually worth more than 5. But
Maybe.
5 is a real number at least. I think 8. I think 6 is the minimum in my opinion, and 8 is probably she actually is worth 8. She was not played in a meta that doesn't exist anymore. So,
yeah, it's kind of like everything's a chaotic system, so it's really hard
it's
to
it's very
keep
tough.
things
Like
in
they moved a
isolation.
bunch of variables they moved many variables at the same time. It is hard to tell.
Yeah. And I think they did a good job moving a bunch of variables at the same time, but it makes
but it makes it hard to isolate. I just I could be wrong.
Oh, Jake Farrell, ladies and gents.
I mean, the amount of punishment he's going to have is 0 at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so do you focus roll left boost with Jake just so you don't get like hyper fucked next turn? Because he's gonna get hyper fucked next turn with where he is.
Yeah, I'm not staying there. Hell no. Whoa. I just meant that he can get behind this list easy.
Yeah. How many Leia charges we at?
There's the question that what's the countdown? Because Jake has to leave.
So
when
next
the number hits
turn is
3.
when Leia comes back.
Yep. Sure as shit not staying there.
I missed the yikes in chat. You gotta hit him with the he's one hit. Actually, just the focus left boost isn't bad either. Focus?
I think
Is he chilling there?
so. I think this is rigged. I'm not sure that's the right attitude. The idea of a break even is that sometimes people take it, sometimes people don't. So, see, I don't understand what Bunn's play is here anymore.
I think it's get the gas cloud on his side, but I don't think he succeeded in his mission. Oh, it's close.
I know, but then what is he going to do next? So I'm just thinking the turn ahead. He's letting Bunn Blair opt into arcs. Like Han has no escape route for these arcs right now.
Well,
he does if he
never mind.
boosts,
I'm
but then he's
thinking I
going
can
to get
scroll
lit
the
up,
screen down, but that's the end of the beautiful playmat.
right?
Because
So,
I mean, he could right boost, right, and then he's just gone forever.
Well, yeah, the right boost is now correct, but he's going to eat more shots, just like I said before, because
And
the
he'll
2
lose the
turns allow a
rock.
lot of arcs.
Yeah.
So I mean, I agree. It's just that was the danger of. See, this is where people are correct. It does cascade quickly if you don't see it. I guarantee though, so right now I'm
I'm very surprised
10
that's not
more
an FD.
games. I'm just saying, like, give Bunn 10 more games, and I'm going to start betting on Bunn because he won't make those mistakes.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not expected to take almost any damage this turn still, despite what it looks like.
No, he has to take damage.
Oh yeah, so he was hoping for the obstruction there. But I mean, so it's 3 2-die shots into Han. So he'll probably take about 2 damage in regen 1. Spends a force, kills a Z. Now he's taking 2 shots. Yeah. Did you know that initiative killing things is a pretty good strategy?
It is. It's a bold one. I didn't know that Z had taken damage, so that's pretty good. That's a good start. I was going to say, he actually needs to start initiative killing stuff. Well done, Bunn.
Oh, Jake does 3 damage to a B-Wing.
Weird.
That B-Wing has problems next turn. I mean, he'll probably just like one right town roll, but he might still just die if he does it.
My question is now, is that Jake's in a position he's going to, if he doesn't bail, even the non-Leia stuff gets Jake.
Yeah, starts getting scary.
Yeah.
Well, for a couple of the ships at least.
Oh, sure. Just Jake starts taking real shots, but I'd much rather him start trying to shoot fucking Jake than Han now at this point.
Yeah. So there's really 2 2-die shots into Han, which they're not. Well, this one's obstructed. Oh, wait,
Is
no,
it?
it's not. No, they're parallel. All right, so he takes nothing from that one.
You're always parallel in Vassal.
It's true. Spends the focus. Cool. Then that guy's got range 3. Give me the double focus. I want to see it. I'm ready.
Okay.
1. All right, it's really hard to not roll an evade on 4 dice with a force, but we'll see if he can do it. Oh, are you a bad enough dude to re-roll it, Bunn? All right, he was. Yep, so it's interesting how quickly that changed from a panic worst case scenario to literally nothing happened for Bunn.
I still just argue
He's force.
I just liked the other positioning
Oh,
better
I
for future turns.
I absolutely like
Because it's again,
there
I just
are- so to be clear, we are 2 cascading mistakes in for Bunn here. Like, I think Blair's played this game much better than Bunn.
right.
And I don't. That's not a slight against Bunn. It's a like this is new to everybody. I'm not gonna.
Right. And Blair
fault
has a
people.
good game plan, generally speaking, right? He set up middle, which most people never do. Or not middle, but you know what I mean? Like he immediately went to the middle of the board, like
Yeah,
in a very straight route.
Played like he was playing a game with objectives.
Yeah. Which seems to be a very correct.
What you say, Chris? I don't. I don't know what's happening.
Did Han take nothing for real?
Yeah,
Is
he
that what-
took no damage.
Neat.
Blair, are you here? Are you listening? Blair, are you there? Blair, hello? Is this thing on? Oh yeah, it's I'm a little disheartened that the board state looks like this, and I think there have been some mistakes made on the Han side of things.
Which we both believe that Bunn can correct.
Oh yeah. I don't know that there haven't been on the Rebel side of things. It's just a much more like.
I'd actually like to hear if Blair thought he had made a mistake somewhere. 'Cause it seems like he played well. Like I thought he made really good moves in general, to maximize his opportunities.
Yeah, it's just hard to know because it's so freeform with the Rebel list. It's hard to know, like, without watching 100 games of it, we can't know what he could have done better.
See, the irony is, so a lot
But
of
we
the
can
list
obviously
bank
tell
in.
the things that could have
A
been.
lot of the list will bank in, but the dampeners isn't as good of an option because they'll be able to stop like parking lot Han after that if he were to.
So much echo. Oh, I can still kind of hear myself in your headphones. That's the echo.
Really, Jesus.
It's my echo that you can hear, right? Stream. Oh. Arum Attackis, who will remain incognito, says Bunn has more than 2 games with this list. So Bunn's just bad.
He has not that many games with the list. It's Araman. Airman.
Oh my god, you fucking turbo nerd. All right, whatever you say, I believe you. Let me get my D&D manual out.
I don't know what it is. I was kind of guessing. Never really thought to say it out loud.
I'm sorry, I don't have much drawing to do this round. Han only has like whatever the fastest
I'm
bank
pretty
fits
sure the
in
3
for the
bank
turn
fits,
is.
but
The
at
one
least
bank
the 3
definitely
bank
fits. The 2 bank definitely fits. I don't know about the 3 bank. So the easy way to cheat is if you can fit a 1 straight template in this space, like here, then your large base ship can 1 bank. The space for the 2 and 3 banks is a little bigger, but I don't know exactly how much bigger, especially on Vassal.
Ooh, excuse me.
Shut up. I am curious to see. I mean, Jake should absolutely just go like super hard here, because if everything turns on him, Han's just gonna start erasing things. And Jake's only worth 47 points, and half of Han is like 70.
Can we call the list step function?
No,
Why
we
not?
call it Han Jake, or rather, Bunn's name's better Han, and that's Soy Boy. I'm more frustrated by the audio delay. How can
Oh.
there be an audio delay? It's 2 people talking. What?
Well, I think maybe if they have the Vassal game open,
Oh
then
yeah.
they're watching it
Okay.
live, but they're
Yeah,
gonna get the
yeah.
30-second delay or whatever.
That makes sense.
So their mistake is watching it live when they should just only be watching it in the stream.
Clearly, or I'll just do both. And then you'll have a future sight. Oh, we've got our Z friend going for the block. Looks like he got the 2 and the 3 turn.
So I like these moves a lot. It does stop the initial dampeners. It's not even a real option. Though the 3
kind
bank is just fucking gone.
Yeah, he's out of here if he banked. Any bank, he's super out. The 1 bank is not great.
The
But...
one bank's not fast enough. I mean, they both play Vassal more than either one of us, so they know if like the 3 bank doesn't fit.
Does Bunn Vassal much?
I think he does.
Okay. He's
Maybe
also
not.
out there with like a protractor and shit, so. Oh, the random audio pauses and cutouts. All right. You're supposed to yell at us when there's audio
I mean,
cutouts.
technically, he did yell at us when there was cutouts.
That's true. Fair. Because everything was good from my
You
end.
can't yell at him for correctly yelling at us when he reported a problem. I mean, we can.
That was absolutely I can.
Ooh, that B-wing. I don't know what that B-wing hedged against.
I think the dampeners. Yeah, he's about to
Oh,
get
there it is.
one
I forgot
turn
about the
dunked
barrel
on, though.
focus.
All right, Han.
God, the fucking Jake's gonna have some problems in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that B-wing might not survive this round.
I was gonna say I don't think that B-wing. If that B-wing has a shot on Han, he's not gonna survive. I'm glad you yelled. That's what counts. I think he's trying to figure out if he wants to roll first or not. Like roll to Jake's left, our right. So like here.
Does he want to be closer?
Just to have better outs next turn, so he get like 3 turn. Because if he rolls here, he can like 3 turn out this way next turn.
Yeah, I guess he could. I think he's going to get blocked that way, but he's going to get kind of blocked no matter what, I guess. Because he can't leave with the 1 turn.
And also, he can dampeners here, I think. Let's see. Is this shot
I
obstructed?
mean, he can, but think about the next turn. So the reason I don't like the dampeners is not that he can't get away with it. Look at the next turn. Like he's going to get blocked in a corner without the ability to even 3 turn out.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like it.
Granted,
Not
there'll be
because
one
it's
less ship in the board shooting at him, but still too many ships.
It's too many. That's the reason. It's not that it's not an option this turn. I just think it makes bad options in the future turns. Is he still thinking about Jake?
We were still thinking about Jake. I suspect he's thinking about Han, or more sad at his Han dial, and is coming to terms with it while looking at Jake. Oh, well, alright, so he'll get out of most of this.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna see how tight that 2 bank is when it fits. If the 3 would have fit, I guess he wasn't confident the 3 would fit, or he would have done it.
These dampeners. Okay.
What? Whew, okay. I super hate his turn next turn.
Well, he can just stay here again next turn.
I mean, sort of. You get what I'm saying? Like, he can, but he can't escape arcs. He's just going to keep getting shot a
Yep.
lot.
Yeah,
That's why I don't like
this
it,
is not a good place to be.
right?
Focuses
I
again.
actually think the 2 bank is still
I
a.
think the evade is better here.
Also, the evade is.
Oh, wait, he doesn't have any offensive mods. Never mind, just kidding. Fake news. Don't listen to words I say.
I just don't know,
Probably just
why isn't-
taking range
why
3 to
not?
the B-Wing.
I guess the 2 bank isn't fast enough to get out of those arcs.
Yeah,
Are you
I mean, the
in
2-bank...
the live game that you can, like? I wish we could just rewind it and see if that 3 bank fits. I guess it doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, I could just switch to a player, make a copy of it, and try it really quick while they're going. Here.
You should do that.
Oh, that's...
Is that Bunn's dial counter?
No, it's this thing. Alright.
More Vassal.
There we
Eat
go.
all the RAM, all the Java, every Java.
Alright, nope. Doesn't work. Nobody saw anything, it's fine. Join another side. Observer.
You were never here.
Yep. Oh, that B-Wing's sad. No, he's not. Fake news. Oh, I banked the wrong way, so it was like way out of bounds here. Let's try that again. Don't do this to game spectate. It's really it's not a good look. All right, yeah, it was off.
Okay. Did you do that on their live board?
Yeah. It's fine. It's all fine. Oh, that B-Wing got wrecked. Okay. Wait.
Not wrecked hard enough.
Oh, Jake already shot. That's Jake's 2 hits. Okay, got it.
Not wrecked hard enough. Like I said, he's just got himself trapped in a corner.
What's the health count on everything? Han has no shields, 8 hull. That B-Wing's at 2 health, and Jake is full. So the only ships that have taken damage are Z that's dead, Han's taken 5 shields, and he's about to take a lot more.
So I think this is rigged. I mean, that's true, but he can't. Just because he has Han's ability doesn't mean staying in this corner is a good idea.
Bunn says
That is correct.
need to boost 3 turns ago. Correct.
Yep.
So this is range 3. Oh, okay. Consequences are the enemy.
Still gets a crit there, right?
Yep. What's that say? Loose stabilizer. So after he executes a not straight maneuver, take a damage. So he's
Turns
gonna
out stops are not straight.
They are not. So you can take at least 1 damage from that. Well, take exactly 1 damage from that.
What if I want to execute my stop straight?
Shut
Can
up.
I count it as a straight?
X-Wing gets to 3 eventually. Thinking about rerolling more. Nope. Direct. So that puts Han down to 4. Oh, that is going to be obstructed. Okay. Well, this shot doesn't have much going for it then.
I mean, it has enough going for it.
Yeah, just me. Isn't it?
That's not how obstruction works, Bunn.
Hang on. There it is. They got it sorted before I could.
And see, look at his next turn, right? Like, this
Yeah.
is why I didn't like staying there. Even the banking away would have been better. Because at least he gets to leave.
Right. Because yeah, I believe Bunn is still technically, well, once the B-Wing dies, he'll be winning, but well, maybe not.
But the key is that it's
Correct.
they'll kill Han next turn.
I don't think R2D2 counts crits.
It does not. $37.5% of 37.5%, Chris.
hey man, debris count for Han. That 1 in 64 to get the crit. It's gonna happen once. I'm gonna laugh a lot. I will see it at least once in my all of playing X-Wing, and I'm looking forward to it greatly. When Han goes over the debris and actually takes a crit. Yep, so Han's down to 4 health, including his shield. So this is now pretty rough. Like, I don't, it's not technically over, but Han has very few good options. He's just gonna start getting lit up here because
And we know he can't 3-bank.
why? Oh yeah, correct. And I mean that Z is just gonna 1 straight or 3K, I assume. So he really can't do any of those things. And I would even suspect that the U-wing just stops as well. Everyone's just gonna point at where Han's gonna be, and that'll be the official end of the game. Um, there's always the chance for some like cheeky Han 2-turn boost out of everybody like a god, but not even a 4 straight will save you now, Han. The funny thing is, I know Bunn's really frustrated because he probably did throw away this game a long time ago by not boosting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is good and bad. It's bad because he doesn't get the demonstration he wants of how silly this can be. It's good because I know a lot of people wouldn't boost there, so hopefully the Han players that play this have this happen to them and then decide the list is bad and don't play it, and then I don't have to play against it. Because the frustrating thing about playing something against something like this Han is you don't know whether or not your opponent knows what they should be doing until it's too late to make decisions based on whether or not they know what they're doing. Right? Like if they don't understand what their Han does, I have to play around it like they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they don't, it was just a lucky accident. Like, oh, neat. They don't know what they're doing. I guess I win. But it's still as miserable as it would be up until then. So, and he takes 2 damage here if he stalls. I'm not sure he knows that, but he'll take the dampener shield and then take a blue stabilizer damage as well. So, moderately on topic question. How many turns ago would we have packed this game up if it were a practice game? 2?
At the beginning of this upcoming turn.
This round, like when they got here,
Yep.
I was like, all right, this never should have happened. Then we
Yep.
we go home.
This
and
is
try
how
again.
bad it is, and I have no exit plan for the next turn.
Yeah, I think I
Right?
agree.
So after, like, how bad was it I didn't boost? Oh, this is what this board state starts as? That
I'm
was how
out.
bad it is.
Sell
Because
shares in
again,
this board
had he
state.
had boosted, can you draw where Han would have been this turn? He would have been like below that B wing without a boost. Because this is his starting position.
Yeah, so he would have been like here, and then would have boosted like here. And I think
That would have
these.
been his position 2 turns ago because of the fact that he didn't boost.
Yeah.
Right? Because that would have
And
been his starting position.
These are
Yeah.
as sharp as these ships could have ever turned in. So Blair, I mean, he might be closer. Like the Z's might be like here and here or whatever, and the X-wing might be there or whatever. But oh, sorry. So, but they wouldn't. Oh, so Blair might have given him his window here if he just YOLO'd the 3 turn or something. Even like the 2 bank. Wow. I don't like this setup to kill Han at all. Honestly, I don't understand.
Doesn't the 2-bank boost actually get him out of those fucking X-wings?
Yeah, it gets him out of like everything. Oh, it'll only be the
Except for the
U-wing with like
U-wing.
a range 1 shot. And if he did, yeah, like there's a lot of things that.
Because like the only thing on his dial is a 3-turn or a 2-bank, and I wouldn't have bothered with the 3-turn.
Yeah.
Just because I know that them going slow blocks my
So
3-turn.
if I 2 banked like last turn.
Yep. You would have been out, sir.
Yep.
Super fucking out.
So Jake's not going to get to shoot the B-wing, which oh yes he is. Okay, dark greetings.
I mean, he knows, right? He
Oh,
knows
that's a
what's
Z. I thought that was an X-wing in front of him. Just kidding.
So did I. I was like, oh, cool.
And I'm surprised though, because Han could just shoot that B-wing, not Jake. I guess he really wants it dead, but
I think he has to take the chance that.
yeah. So he's saying, "Oh, that's what I should have done." Oh
Yep.
no, it would have still had arc. That X-wing, the back X-wing did.
Yeah, so he goes down to like 2, right? 2 hull.
Well, he's
No, 1 shield.
I think he was
Or
looking
0
at
shield.
what he could have done. I'm not sure. I don't know what's happening. He hasn't revealed his dial yet. They're getting there.
But yeah, like in reality, only playing this out because
Oh, yo,
Yep. I mean, this is the reason I wouldn't have done the 3-turn, not because those other X-wings went fast. I would have assumed they wouldn't have, but
Yeah.
because the fucking B-wing is still there, the U-wing's still there, and I would have assumed the X-wings and the other ships would have still had been there.
Han
just
should
at
vest
full
in barrel
combat.
rolls.
Yep. So Han is absolutely dead this
Yeah,
turn.
he's done.
He doesn't even get to shoot the B-wing. He could accidentally kill this
Z.
the Z.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't even have range to a rock though. This is
I said accidentally.
No, he might actually be at range of that rock. It's close. Pythagoras, tell me. Oh, I can just measure it. Here to here. Yeah, he's got range 1 to the rock, so that's actually.
Well, it depends. If I put cardboard down in between them while I'm marking ships, do
Oh
I still
god,
have
I pressed
range?
reset actions. Okay, we're good. I was like, why did my thing freeze?
Yeah, I don't. There's not really a huge
Okay,
reason.
I'm aware that I'm not the owner of that dial. Calm down. There we go. We're good.
Are you the owner of that dial, Chris?
I'm not the owner of that dial. Player
Well,
1
about
is.
to let you know.
How many does Bunn get to prove his point? I think he's done. I think we're all Bunn here. All right. I assume he's going for that Z. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, now Jake is shooting. Okay. Han was shooting the B. Got it. Oh, he Luke Gunner? What?
Okay.
I'm confused.
He wanted that B dead.
He did want it. He wanted it real dead. If that B had died before and Han could right boost here, it'd be a much better world. This is a lot of decision making to put into who this Jake is going to shoot when it doesn't matter at all. I'll let them play it out, but it's the odds of Han surviving this are so slim, and it's
Yeah, I mean, what does it prove even if he does live? I guess.
yeah.
Like, I
Because-
don't even like his escape options this turn because of the fucking
Yeah.
right. Like the U-wing has Leia and can just turn, and we'll shoot
Oh,
again.
these all double modded too. With the style points there. One more reroll. Wrecked. Spends the evade, takes hit, crit, but I mean that's hit. Oh wait, okay, there it is. Crit. Sail power regulator. Neat. Meaningful eventually ish. Rip. Okay, that's the end of Han. Alright, so I'm gonna go. Well, Travis. Wait, could you hear people on Discord when I moved into Discord channels? You should be able to, right?
I did not know.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, never mind. That's not how I have this set up right now. F. Alright, well, I'm gonna hop into Discord so that we can talk to Blair and Bunn.
Okay,
If you want to follow me or not.
I can't
Why not?
because I'm not in the Discord.
Oh, that's right. Alright, anything you want to say before we go wrap things up?
Tell Bunn I agree with him that he should have boosted.
Okay, I'll pass the message along. Alright, so he's looking at what that would have looked like now.
I mean, you have to go back quite a few turns.
Yeah, well, I mean, even this. Alright, I'm gonna hop in here. BRB.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yo.
by bumping. Hey, Chris.
Travis would like to let you know that he agrees with you. You should have boosted a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, like my original plan kind of changed. Like the main reason I didn't do the boost the first turn I could around the rock was I was rethinking of last turn, last game, but I think I had enough time to get away if I'd done it at that time. And then I don't know. So at the end here, like I could have done this move because that's what I did last turn. So I thought a Blair would hedge more, but because like I think I maybe could have lived here, although probably not still.
Yeah, it's
But I
still
still
two
only
double
have
modded shots, right? Range
yeah, it's
2 and
these two.
range 2.
They're both ranged. Yeah, I still die because I have 3 health.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to maybe bump into one shot and still have the rock for defense.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like,
But yeah, the number of ships
yeah, the
and
number of
like not,
ships.
I mean, I couldn't really chip in any damage early,
Well, these
and like I
games
messed
are
up with Jake going too fast.
pretty close to. I mean,
Well,
it
closer than
depends.
it looks, maybe.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say like it depends on how much damage Jake takes here, but I mean, obviously, don't care for the game. But
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be too confident in Jake winning here.
oh no, not that Jake would win, but like so, let's say Han
I mean, if Han
were
lived that
up
turn, then
5 health or whatever from before or something, right? Like, um, this board state, if Han is where you put him now and he survives, is very
yeah, no,
different
it's bad.
from like it's very winnable. Versus the
Mhm.
other way around. So I don't know. It's interesting. Blair, how do you feel? What do you think? What say you?
Too easy for him.
Too easy.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like it doesn't feel like 1.0 power level.
Uh huh.
It feels like 1.0 cheese though.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I don't think it's so good. I don't know. It's tough because like I remember when they nerfed Whisper and like everyone was like, "Well, Whisper didn't win Worlds, so."
Yeah.
But it's like okay, it's maybe not like the top meta list. Like Fat Han probably was because Han usually beat Whisper and could also beat Swarms. Um, but it was such, and the devs have talked about this. It was such an oppressive list. This is kind of how I feel about this. It's just like it's gonna press a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like if you don't have these, like the 3 ship list that everyone, like if you're running like Resistance,
Well, even
probably
I
the
think
first
the
against
standard
this,
what
you'd
I
be
was
real
expecting
sad.
to play against was the 4-ship, and I think that's way better
It's the 4-ship is way better for sure.
for me at least.
Yeah.
Because like once I get like each ship I get off the board, and that is so impactful, and
Mhm.
like there's a lot fewer things, a lot more shots to arc dodge, or a lot fewer arcs to dodge.
Yeah, every ship you can run
But I don't
into
know,
is much
like
more meaningful.
I mean we were talking about it at the beginning of the game was that taking over the middle of the board makes it much harder for Han.
Yeah.
So like I mean I mentioned that to Blair with his setup, like it was gonna be harder. But I mean I still had like my plan was to do turn between these rocks and had a decent option, but one problem was like I was just a little bit too far, so I didn't have the straight boost here.
Yeah, you could only right boost, which it was
And
still a good set of moves, but not quite as
I
good as what he
considered
had.
like running to this rock, which would have been okay based on what he did, but I expected like PR to like bank in right away instead of stopping and going after Jake for a turn. So I expected like this, which is why I did the 2-turn here.
Yeah, because we were looking at
And
the
like
the two
yeah,
turn
like I
blue
was looking
bank
at
or
escapes
straight.
like to the top of the board, but then I was just gonna like 2-turn and try to get out of here in time. But what I should have done the boost after the next 2-turn. Like
Yeah,
from
right.
here, the boost was definitely right.
Not that one.
Maybe not that one. I mean, I could just stop there for the rest of the game. It's fine. And then from here, I could do my bank getaway. Hopefully,
Yeah, or you could
it
just
fit at the
turn again
time.
too, or whatever. Whatever happened to
If
fit.
if I'd done it fast enough, I might have had time. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
I just
hijacked
need
your
to
Han for a second to see if your three
yeah,
bank fit.
there's some confusing stuff going on there. I knew the 3-bank didn't fit, and like I was looking at it close and was pretty sure the 2-bank did.
Yeah.
But like Blair didn't know that, so I guess that would have worked on the last turn. But I still would have died because
Yeah.
I'd taken too much. Like with the direct and the loose stabilizer both doing extra damage. So like if I had taken less damage there and then like and they probably could have taken some more evades. But it's hard to say how much it helps you because when you're rolling one die, it doesn't do a ton. But like if I had taken a little bit less, I could have maybe escaped this turn.
Yeah.
And
So
then I'm like home free.
I am interested to see because I
Three
mean this
bank gets me
game
home.
obviously wasn't easy, Blair, but this matchup
Mhm.
seems a lot better than a lot of the other matchups we've been watching, like the 3 and 4 and 5 ship lists, try to kill this Han. I'm curious to see if the ship count goes up, just because people don't want to deal with Han. Though honestly, like I don't know, I think half the reason so many people don't
Like I
play
think
Quad Phantoms
I
is
think
4
Ty's
Phantoms
form
is
isn't
hard
even
to.
scary. I mean,
Like,
maybe.
Ty Storm's a scary matchup for Han. You're saying?
No, I mean, like I feel like it'd be easier, but I don't know. I also think I should do better in this match. That's mostly
Oh, I mean there were definitely a
Blair.
couple mistakes. Really, just that one boost was
Yeah, because then well,
unforced
so and
error.
then after that, like I could have two turned again, but like, and I probably should have at that point two turn or three turn. But I was looking at where he was gonna be, and I was pretty sure that if I could bank, that I would get a bunch of obstructed shots, and not take like any damage that turn. But like a bunch of the shots were barely unobstructed, which was like super frustrating. And I didn't even take that much that turn, but like I knew taking less damage that turn was probably not going to be worth the payoff of like getting stuck there. But yeah, I mean Blair did a good job. Like,
Bully 2 beers. 2 beers, bud.
true, it's true.
Get fucked, kiddo.
In Vancouver, Washington, I guess.
Is that this weekend or next weekend?
No, that's in like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
That's the first. Well, he's not going to BC,
Oh, gotcha.
and then he's going to another local thing instead of Denver. But that's it.
Wait, there's 2 Vancouvers?
There's another Vancouver.
Why?
Blair's
Oh,
only going to his share of
oh,
Vancouver.
get it together, guys.
And they're kind of close too, which is the really
I was
confusing
gonna say they
thing.
have to be
I mean,
close to each other.
They're not that close.
But if you
It's
live
the
like where I
completely
live,
opposite- it's the opposite side of Washington.
Yeah, so close.
but still, it's like when you live where I live, if you say you're going to Vancouver, you have to then, well, Vancouver, Washington, or Vancouver, BC.
I mean,
It's the real inconvenience, man. Okay.
yeah, I mean, people have that problem here too. If you're anywhere in Washington, you technically would have to make that distinction.
I guess.
All right.
No one goes to Vancouver. You just say you're going to Portland.
Anything you guys want to say before I kill the stream? / in the video? Don't all speak up at once.
Are we playing Apex now?
Jesus Christ. Blair, I'm about to move to Apex. I don't know how you feel about that. I'm going to live in Apex.
I don't think Blair knows what that means.
The town I'm moving to is called Apex.
Oh, I didn't have to explain
Oh.
it.
All right, I'm ending this. Stop stream.
Good night.